Next on the show, I'm going to T-Man 92 to have his say on the Terrace tonight. T-Man, welcome to the show. A massive bid from Arsenal. Talk to me. You're on mute, my friend.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. I was saying, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I said we should be proud. I think we are. I think I'm very proud of the team. It's just now, like you said, we have to go and get the job done now. It's seeing the City come in and match the bid, because I think Fabrizio Romano had posted saying West Ham are waiting on City now. So to me, that seems like West Ham are looking to accept this bid. I think the only thing that will knock us out of place if City match, go higher, or the structure is better. But other than that, I am very proud of the team. I think we can see progress. I think we seen progress last season, and I think this is progress again. Getting all of our business done early with the 3 signings we're going after actively. We haven't done that before. We've always waited till outgoings. Once the outgoings, we could start to spend. But now this season, it looks like we are spending, and then we're going to look after the outgoings next, which is, like you said, again, makes me very proud.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And look, as a Man United fan, I'm not personally pleased to see this going on. But at the same time, I look at it and think it's good to see clubs wanting to go toe-to-toe with City.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
City off the top, you need Arsenal, you need Man United, you need Chelsea, you need Liverpool. We all need to be competing. And I do feel, and this is not a dig at City in any way, shape, or form, I feel like during their pomp in recent years, they've only really had one team in Liverpool to compete with until Arsenal came along this year. And I'm quite, as a football fan, it's good to see Arsenal not say, you know, we had a go, didn't quite work out. Let's go and buy some 20-year-old kid from France and some unknown 19-year-old from Brazil and develop them over the next 3 or 4 years to try and compete with City again. You know, Liverpool's model is crazy to me. They built a team that was that became better than City. And instead of going out and going, there's £100 million on the best midfielder in the league who's available, there's £100 million on the next best striker or winger to replace Mane. They've done it on the cheap, and they've fallen out the Champions League inside a couple of seasons. And you can't behave like that in the modern day game, in my opinion. Not when you're up against a team as good as City with their manager.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at Liverpool as well, when Liverpool were on the rise, people, you could see it coming. You know, a lot of people this year, after the season we had last year, are not even putting us back in the top 4. So I wonder, will signings like this show other fans that we do mean business? And I think that we are here to stay, at least competing. Maybe we don't win the league next season, but if we get all our signings, we'll have a good chance. But I think people will see now with these coming in that we're here to stay, at least for the time being, and give City a good push. It is going to be difficult, even with Declan Rice. City are a machine. Like they're just unstoppable sometimes. But I think Declan Rice can definitely enhance the team. I hope we keep some signings like Partey. I don't know why people want to get rid of him, which is surprising. I think we still need players like that. The players I'd want to see leave would be the Holdens and, you know, whatever you have yous. But yeah, I think Rice, great addition. If we can get him, it's still not done. I'm not getting excited. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm not getting excited. It's not done. We just, but the thing that has me a little bit happy is that City came in and matched their bid. They didn't bring anything any higher. So it seems to me like maybe they don't value him over 100 million. Because let's be honest, let's get it right. City don't need to get someone like Rice. They can get. They just bought Kovacic for 30 million. They get bargains too. They get great players for bargains. I would love Kovacic, but to me, it kind of says that I think they'll match us if they're going to compete with us. I don't think they'll go over, because I think they can make stars. You know, they can get good players and make them into stars. See, like Pep Guardiola is an animal.
Mate, he certainly is. It's going to be very intriguing to see what they do now. Nothing would surprise me if they matched it, increased it. I wouldn't also be surprised if there's another on-scene dagger in the morning and it's announced that City have pulled away. Like, there's nothing about this that would surprise me at all. Thank you very much, mate, for coming on. Next on the show, we're going to take another caller. We're going to get Ronnie on the show with us tonight. Ronnie, welcome to the Terrace. What do you want to say, bro?
First of all, hi Terry. First time on here. Massive follower of Lee Gunner. Been on his channel quite a few times. Watch your show regularly. Watched it today. Watch all your shows with Lee Gunner and also other shows as well in your Big Six. Just wanted to talk about Declan. Obviously, that's why I'm on. That's why I'm up this late at night. First of all, I'm from Palmer's Green, so not far from the Emirates. Goes to quite a few of the home games. So just wanted to kind of touch in on Declan. Now, on the Declan Rice thing, look, I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's definitely someone we need. I'm not sure about the outgoings and who we're going to replace him with. But at the same time, the fee is, I'm not a massive, I'm like Lee, I don't really care what the club pays. The club's got the money, win Champions League. We got told, get in the Champions League and track the best players. So I don't really care about the price. But what I do care about is how much is going to stop us spending elsewhere. So, the factor is right now, Declan, look, you said it before early on the show, highest ever British transfer fee for a player. That is incredible, right? At the same time, I just heard you backstage, it's just been rejected apparently, right? So for me,
yeah.
So for me, it's just how far are we going to go? We're not probably going to match the 110s, the 120s on Man City if they come in. But at the same time, is that going to stop us getting a Lavia or a Casado, who I still want, by the way? Is that going to stop us strengthening other areas? So for me, as long as the budget's there, which it clearly seems that we've got ambition this season, it clearly seems that we're going the right way this summer. I don't care if it goes to 110, 120, as long as we have other budget for other areas. I don't want it to stop the Timber deal. I don't want it to stop a potential second midfielder deal coming in, as long as we have budget in the bank. But if it doesn't go to that direction, Terry, it's going to be a lot of Arsenal fans disappointed.
And I get why they would be disappointed if you don't get this deal done, if you then miss out on other people because you spent too much. But I kind of look at it and think, I think this deal is in and around the maximum anybody's going to pay. Unless City blow our minds tomorrow and bid 115, 120, something like that. I think 105 in totality is similar to, I think City will offer similar. I think it's going to come down to structure more than anything right now. And we have no idea the breakdown yet. Nothing's been revealed. It could be 5 payments of 20 million over 5 years that are offered, where City might come back in and say, look, we'll offer you it in 3 payments. But it was reported tonight by a lot of very credible West Ham sources that even City's opening offer, that West Ham felt insulted by the breakdown, by the structure. They was almost like, what we've rejected from Arsenal, and you've pretty much bid the same. So, but at the same time, though, if both you and City don't give them the structures they want, they may succumb to it as well. So it's all just negotiations going on in public. But I do get where you're coming from in terms of the quality of the player. In terms of the quality of the player, how excited are you about the prospect of Declan Rice running your midfield?
No, very excited. Just a point before, quickly, I would say FFP might be a reason why Arsenal are doing this structured payment, because at the end of the day is we're trying to spread the cost, right? And our wage bill might be inflated in that sense if we're signing more players. So I think maybe they're going down that route, but we'll see how it all kind of unfolds. But in terms of him as a player, look, I watched him not just last season, I watched him for a few seasons. I've always said, this is, Xhaka had his great season last season, but I always said if I had a perfect midfielder to fit that number 8 role where you can kind of bomb up and down, get in the box, it'll be Declan Rice. Obviously, Xhaka came to fruition last season, but he is on the wrong side of it now in terms of age. He's 24, Declan Rice. He's coming to the prime of his career. We can get him a good 4 to 6 years solid in that box-to-box. And I do feel Declan, forget judging him on West Ham, I think he's got more to give. I honestly do, Terry. I think he's got a bit more. I think he's got a bit more firepower. What I mean by that, I think he's got a bit more bows to his arrow in terms of not just the passing element, but I think he's got a few more. I've seen a few shots outside the box, a few shots I've seen inside the box where he's quite lethal in that department. I don't think West Ham has made, obviously you can't be in that West Ham, but I mean for Arsenal, I think he's going to be quite lethal in around that box, and I think that's what Arteta really likes. And I think he tried it with Xhaka, and he did give us quite a few numbers, but I think Declan might give us to another tier, and that's what I'm excited about.
Mate, you very well could do, Ronnie. Make sure you phone into the Terrace again. Great call, great opinion.
I will do.
And we'll chat again.
Love your show, by the way, and carry on doing what you're doing. Love the show.
I appreciate it, Ronnie. Top man.
Take care. Take care. See ya.
Thank you. DJ B's on the show now. How you doing, mate?
Hi, you guys. Are you, Terry? All right. Great
Yeah.
show as always. I listen to you passionately, and what I like about you, even though you're a Man U fan, you just love football like me. Listen, I'm no youngster here. I've been supporting Arsenal for 50 years. I first went when I was 6 years old. I'm now 56. Listen, I'm really excited about the Declan Rice. In my opinion, he's no Patrick Vieira, but he's as near to Patrick Vieira that we've been searching for many, many years. You know, we've tried different players in that position, and although they've done a job, they've not been consistently doing the job there. Partey last year was good, but then he fell away towards the business end of the season. Whereas your Patrick Vieiras and people like your Declan Rices, they just don't do that. It's consistent 7, 8 out of 10 every single game. I think if Declan Rice came to Arsenal, he would be more attacking role as well, Terry. With West Ham, he's had to kind of scrap a lot. No disrespect to West Ham. But, you know, it's a different end of the table he's been doing his business in. You know, with Arsenal, they're going to be there or thereabouts in the top 5, top 6, pretty much on them, hopefully, all the time. So I think he's going to be more of an advanced role as well. The bargaining, you're dealing with Sullivan, and Sullivan over the years, in my experience, is hard work to do business with. I think as you said, the price is there. It's not been rejected. It's the terms of the agreement now and just ironing out. And that you go back in years, you go back over the history. This is what normally happens. They reach a price, and then they have to deal with how it's going to be paid, etc., etc., etc. So this is nothing new. I still think the Declan Rice will end up at Arsenal. I think this deal was probably done quite some time ago with the player. And more importantly, Terry, I think getting a player that wants to play for a club, in my opinion, is more valuable than any price. I think if you've got a player, I mean, I've seen players like Tony Adams and people like that over the years at Arsenal. And, you know, if they want to play for a football club, then that, to me as a fan, is more important than not how much it costs. You can give me a player that's 10 million. If he's giving 110%, wants to wear the shirt and wants to play for that particular club, then he's worth his weight in gold. And I think what Arsenal fans have got to realise as well this season is our biggest signings for me has been Saka signing on the dotted line, Martinelli, Saliba. These signings, although they've been at the club, were key, because I honestly thought Saka was going to sort of waver this year. I thought, you know, it could be a chance where we could cash in on him, because if Declan's worth 105, what's this kid worth? Do you know what I mean? So let's be straight about this.
100%, mate.
You know, so I am excited. I want the deal done. I don't get what really annoys me, Terry, is all these hate Arsenal people around, and I don't understand it, because why would you want a player of that caliber going to City and making City even stronger than they are, and you end up with a league like the Bundesliga where there's one team, or, you know, no disrespect to Scotland, but Celtic every year? Why does fans want that? Why do football fans want all the players going to Man City rather than going to Arsenal or going to Man United or going here? Surely we want the gap closer. I do as a football fan.
On a real level, I totally get that, and it's one of the reasons why last year I was praying for you guys to win the league, because there were certain records that City were chasing that I didn't want them to match, that Man United had done. I couldn't understand the support for them to win it from certain fan groups. It made no sense to me.
I can't understand it, Terry.
I mean, I want Man United to be the ones who win it. I don't want one team winning it every year, because City are catching everybody. I mean, I saw Chelsea fans celebrating it. They surpassed Chelsea this year for total trophies won. Like, why are you celebrating it? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, dude.
I can't understand it. I can't understand this hatred toward, you know, it's all banter, it's all rivalry. I get that, and we've all got our own clubs that we respect and we like more than other clubs. You know, I've got nothing against West.
So you're right, man. I cannot even believe this. You know, like you know, I'm always in the chat. I'm always putting into super chat, just trying to kind of get involved that way. So this is kind of unusual to me, but I wanted to come and say this because I think this is a surprise even to Arsenal fans. Like you said, they've finally put their big boy pants on. And this is a shock to me because I actually thought that we would still be able to sign him even without actually going all the way up to the 100 million pounds mark. But the fact that Arsenal have decided to go all in at the moment, I think that tells you two things. That first of all, this is not about the player anymore. This is really the signing of Declan Rice. You know, I see some people in the chats, they can come and tell you all the tactics. I'm more into the tactics, but I think you don't even need to discuss tactics anymore. This is not about the football, the intricate, why is he going to play, what position. It's beyond that. The signing of Declan Rice is about making a statement and actually positioning Arsenal as an institution, as a football club, as Lee always says, that is ready to compete at the highest level and win. And how do you win the league next year? Is by winning and overbidding and winning and beating City on signing Declan Rice. This is where it all starts. If you seriously mean about like going into the season next year and fighting Man City tooth and nail to the league, you have to first demonstrate that from in this window, and that is what they're showing. They're showing that, you know what, Man City, we know you probably have a better coach and you probably have a better squad than us, and probably you can even offer more money upfront than us now. But they're saying that we won't go down fighting, and they're going all in. And I don't think, I agree with you. I don't think Man City, I think with this ferocity that Arsenal have come in, I think Man City would probably like hold back and say, whoa, this is shocking.
Bro, you're right. It's a statement, Summer. I remember in 1998, Arsenal had just done the double. And I remember we went out and we got Yap Stam. I mean, then we went out very late in the window and got Dwight York, and it propelled us ahead of you that season, and we went on to win the treble. And every club will remember summers where they've done this in the past. I don't remember Arsenal doing this ever. I don't remember Arsenal. Yes, you picked up gems and of this young player that we're going to develop. But how many times in the last 20, 25 years have Arsenal fans stood there in the terraces at Highbury and the Emirates, all around the world, projecting their opinions via social media in the last decade and said, why don't we just go big? Why don't we go out there and actually, spend some money, go out there and behave like a big club, break some records and see what happens? And I think from an Arsenal fan's point of view, there must just be such a tremendous level of pride that you're finally doing it. Because I know most Arsenal fans have over the years defended their club and said, actually, net spend this, and but we spent less than you. I know in their truest heart of hearts, they weren't happy to be sitting there and saying that.
No.
I'm not saying it was an embarrassment to them, but no one wants to defend that. Everybody wants to say I went to spend the most, mate. So I agree with your point 100%. I want to say thank you for all the super chats you do on the channel, bro. I appreciate that. And you calling in tonight, brother. And we'll chat again soon. Cheers, D. Top.